Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining our little family here. We love having new subbies and I would love you to consider being one of them, so welcome. Hello, can I help you? So quickly want to address the slight elephant in the room, and that is that I am barefaced today. Horror, I know. What is someone on a makeup channel doing without a full face of makeup? Has the world actually finally gone mad? You know, I only wear makeup about 25% of the time. I go at least 3 or 4 days makeup free on a weekly basis. And quite often I'll wake up on a day when I should be filming, or I need to film, or I want to film, and not feel like putting makeup on. I don't always feel like it. In fact, a lot of the time I can't be bothered. It's more of a like treat for me, you know, a couple of 2 or 3 times a week for me. So I feel like it's super disingenuous of me on a day when I wake up and I don't feel like putting makeup on to like put makeup on just to film a video. And I'm not doing a tutorial, I'm not recommending products today, I'm not talking about products I love that I want to show you how they look. Why do I need to put a full face of makeup on just to speak on the internet when I wouldn't do if I wasn't coming on here to speak to you guys, you know? That's how I feel. I feel like you should be very comfortable wearing no makeup, as comfortable as you are wearing makeup. It's supposed to be fun. It's not something I feel we should be hiding behind because we're not comfortable with who we are and how we look without it. I absolutely love that it gives us more confidence, or it's fun, or it's relaxing. I know a lot of us feel makeup is all of those things, and if you just love to hide behind it and you enjoy that and you're happy doing that, then more power to you. But personally, for me, it's really important that I am really comfortable in my own skin, happy to be makeup free wherever I'm going, and so I just want to share that more with you guys. I hope that's okay. Hope you can handle it. So today we're going to be talking about new releases and whether I'm going to be picking them up or not. A lot of the things on here are things I have been asked about, so here are the answers to your questions if you have been asking or requesting reviews of some of these products. Let's get started. So first up, this is the By Terry Hyaluronic Foundation. This is a tricky one. This actually seemed to launch in the UK first. I know, I was as surprised as the next person. I've been seeing this on Space NK for like a couple of weeks and I wasn't really sure if it was new or not because I just hadn't seen anyone talk about it, and as we know, it's very, very rare for stuff to be in the UK even at the same time, let alone before it's available in the US. So I was confused. The reason I did not purchase it and will not be purchasing it is because of this shade range. I mean, it's catastrophically bad. When I was looking, sometimes it's hard to tell from these little splodges just what a shade range looks like. It's pretty clear to me this is a terrible one, but I wasn't sure how terrible until I started investigating and looking at people online who got it in PR and things like that, and swatches, and realising that I am probably going to be using one of the deepest shades. In my current winter skin, I would need one of the deepest shades that they have in this foundation, and in the summer there aren't any deep enough shades for me, and I just find that appalling and I don't understand it, and I think it's so like 1985. I don't know when that was a thing, but I hate it. I know I've said many times on my channel I don't like to review foundations that have no shades for deeper skin tones, which this clearly does not. I find it really wrong and offensive and sad, and I don't want to add to that. I hate the feeling that I might review a foundation on my channel and it might be amazing and beautiful, and some of my audience might be watching it and thinking, yeah, that looks great, I'm gonna go and get it, and then they go on the website and find, oh wait, this brand hasn't catered to me, this brand doesn't feel like I exist, this brand doesn't acknowledge that I would like to buy their foundation, and I just would hate in any way like something I reviewed on my channel to like add to that. I know it's not my fault and I'm not responsible. I didn't create the shade range, but I just don't want to acknowledge it either. So that is an absolute pass from me. Next up, the Armani concealer. Now, the other end of the spectrum. This isn't available here yet. I've had a few people ask me about this one. It isn't available here yet in the UK. Don't know when it will be. Probably won't be reviewing it for that reason, as well as the fact that I've reviewed quite a few concealers lately. Don't know if you noticed. 2020 is turning into concealer version of, what year was it? 2020 is turning into the concealer version of 2019, which was Foundation Gate. It's now Concealer Gate, if you had missed it. So I have done a few concealer reviews lately. I've also found like 4 holy grail concealers that I absolutely love and do everything I need them to do. So I'm not really in the market personally for it. And given that I have done a lot of reviews, concealer reviews on my channel, that I'm not able to get this early enough for it to be useful to people as far as making your own decisions, so that's a pass. Certainly for the moment from me. I've seen a few reviews now that aren't blowing me away, that I don't feel like it's going to be my type of concealer. It doesn't appear to have enough coverage for what I like, and it seems to be a little too luminous for what I like as well. So yeah, I won't be picking that up. Next up, this Benefit palette. Again, I'm not sure if we're going to get this here in the UK. We don't have it yet. I've seen it's like out, I think, now in the US. I think it looks beautiful. However, I'm unfamiliar with a couple of the shades in here. Sugar Bomb, I've never seen swatched, and I can't find swatches of it yet, so I don't know if I would use that. I'm not a huge Hoola fan. I don't like Cookie either. It's much too light for me. It's like white on me. It doesn't suit my skin tone. It's much too light. However, I've seen that they're also bringing out Georgia, which is the peachy blush shade in here. I think they reformulated. This was an OG blush shade from Benefit, and they've reformulated it and it looks beautiful. So I will most likely pick up that as a single, because I think there are too many shades in the palette that I don't especially like. That I would only really use Cookie on the eyes. I'm not sure about Sugar Bomb. I don't love Hoola, so even if I love the other couple shades in there, it's not worth the whole palette for me. Next up, these Huda pastel palettes, and an easy pass for me. This is just not my type of shades. I don't really love pastels on the eyes on me. None of these jump out to me. It's not my favourite formula. I think she's got a decent formula. I like my New Nudes palette, but yeah, there's nothing about these which is screaming at me, buy me, buy me. I'm not hearing that. Next up, this Marc Jacobs bronzing stick. This is interesting. When I first saw this, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get that. Marc Jacobs bronzer, his Tantastic bronzer, one of my favorite all-time bronzers. So the thought of like a cream version, maybe it's a bit like Chanel, Soleil Tended Chanel. It's got different shades. It's good, it's good, it's good. I think it's also, it's got some luminosity to it, even better. But then I saw that it's like for the body, and now I'm confused. I don't want it for the body. I don't really use a lot of bronzers or fake tan or self tan. Like I really never do. Apart from sometimes on the legs. That's the only way I would use this, is on the legs, like, you know, on a night out in winter, which is maybe once or twice a year. So it doesn't seem like it's a product that would really fit into my routine unless I can use it on the face. In which case, because it's for the body, you're going to get a really good amount of product. I wonder why they haven't called it a face and body stick, which concerns me, because it makes me think, oh, is there something in here that we shouldn't be putting on our faces? Or is there a reason why it shouldn't be on the face? So I'm going to do some investigation. If I can use it on my face, I'm here for it. I am. If it's only for the body, it just doesn't have a place in like my routine. The new Dior Backstage eyeshadow palette in the shade Rosewood, I won't be picking this up. I find this very boring, very done. Like I've got all of these shades 400 times. yeah, it's not something that is screaming out to me that I need this, that I don't have in my collection. I just feel like we've seen these shades. A lot of the shades as well from the swatches look the same, so there's really nothing in here that sort of really floated my boat. I totally see these palettes, if you're a makeup artist, just being genius, because they're so thin and they can obviously stack and fit together perfectly in a bag if you're traveling, you know, and it will cover all your bases if you pick all the eyeshadows and the face palettes up. But for me, being, you know, a human non-professional, I don't need it. I've got it. I'm good. Now the Too Faced Sun Puppy Bronzer, oh, this is cute. It is very cute. I don't love this type of packaging. Like, it's cute, and let me tell you, I appreciate it. I appreciate the cuteness. But when I think about it being in my like vanity and it being like, you know, beautiful packaging, like standing next to, you know, to Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes, it doesn't really go with the aesthetic that I'm kind of, you know, that I love when I'm picking up makeup. However, I do love trying new bronzers, and Too Faced has some great bronzers. That's definitely one of their like star products for me. So I'm definitely interested. I've seen Samantha March using this and it looked beautiful on her, but she is quite a bit fairer than me. And this does look to be more for fairer skins, because it's almost the whole pan is the lighter shade with very little sort of the bronzy shade in there. So I'm gonna need to see people with deeper skin using this and it showing up, you know, at least a sort of medium skin tone, otherwise it's not gonna be showing up on me, you know. This Bobbi Brown foundation. Now, I'm not a huge Bobbi Brown fan. I've literally got a couple of products from them. I'm rarely sort of seeing something from them these days, or ever really, that gets me excited. I can't remember the last time I saw a Bobbi Brown launch that I was really excited about. I feel like they're kind of losing their way a little bit. So I can't say when I saw this I was excited. So this is the Skin Longwear Fluid Powder Foundation with SPF 20. When I read the description of this, there are a lot of words that make me go, oh, no. So, powder foundation. It's a liquid powder foundation. I mean, all I can envision is like stodge and cake. That's what it's making me think of. SPF 20, I'm not a huge lover of SPF in my foundation. This is like the buzz thing at the moment. Everybody's bringing out foundations with SPF in it. But for me, if I've got a foundation with a decent amount of SPF in it, it's a daytime, glowy, summer, fresh foundation. This is a liquid to powder self-setting matte finish foundation. It's $40 and 28 shades. I mean, there's just a lot about it that raises more questions and more concerns than it does excitement in me. So at the moment, I don't intend to buy this. I'm not hugely confident with Bobbi Brown products because, you know, a lot of the time I'm not interested in them. The shade range, I've just seen the shade range is terrible. Again, I'm just, no. So it's a no. It's a no. Sort your shade ranges out if you want me to review you. For the love of God. This MAC Strobe Face Glaze is interesting. I do like a sort of creamy highlighter. That's probably one of the few cream liquid products I still like, willing to use, which is highlight. It seems to be a very small little container, and I'm just, because it really looks full liquid, it's not like a cream. It's not, to me, it's not looking like the sort of Charlotte Tilbury like Beauty Light Ones types formula, which I can get on board with. It's not looking like, you know, a solid cream. It's definitely looking like a squeezy, quite runny liquid. 15 mil, so it actually is a decent size. It must be bigger than it looks. I just need to see more about this. My concern is that it's going to be very full of glitter particles. That's my concern. But when I see some swatches, which I haven't really seen yet, I will make my final call on this. But I'm not, again, MAC is really falling off the mark for me lately, and I'm just not really excited by their new releases. But I'm holding out hope for this. If the swatches look good, if it looks more along the lines of the Charlotte Tilbury, I'm happy to give it a try. If it's full of glitter, it's not going on my face. Just saying. And lastly but not leastly, this Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. Ho 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 ho. So if you're new here, you won't know, but Tatcha Silk Canvas, the original cream formula, I guess, the solid formula, I guess you would call it. That is my holy grail primer. I really struggle to want to try any other primers. In fact, I don't want to. I just want my Silk Canvas for life. I'm wifed up with Silk Canvas. I love it. I put it on every single time I do my makeup. I am fully committed in a civil partnership with my Tatcha Silk Canvas. As we know, we can't get Tatcha here without paying 4 or 5 times or something the price to get it shipped here, duties, etc. I wish they would listen to my cries for help and get Tatcha to the UK and get it stocked properly in the UK at their normal prices. I would love that. This might be the exception because this is from the same brand. It's Silk Canvas and it's a liquid, which seems more convenient because if I travel, I have to take my full solid. Well, I could scoop it out, but it's tricky, you feel me? Whereas if I had a little pot and I could just do a few pumps, I feel like it might run out quicker because my Silk Canvas that I have at the moment, the solid one, it lasts like a year, that pot, for me. So I feel like the liquid is bound to run out quicker and it will probably be harder to apply as small of amount, as strategically as you can the solid. But this is probably the first primer I've actually been interested to try since I discovered the original Silk Canvas, and for obvious reasons. You know, it's got all the same words in there. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on all the upcoming releases. I would love to know what your thoughts are on these and whether you're going to be picking any of them up, or if you've already even tried any of these and want to let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear them. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.